This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
This is a sham.
No. Y'all, just stop.
Get real.
Welcome to DBL. Hello, everybody.
Hey, hey.
Hello. It's the fellas and the girl up here. Two guys, a girl, and no pizza place. Now I'm hungry for pizza. All right, welcome to DBL. Let's talk about this. Kamala Harris and Tim Walz's campaign began their whirlwind tour of swing states yesterday. And the two rallied in front of some very energetic supporters at an outdoor event in Wisconsin. So more than 12,000 people showed up to cheer on the Democratic candidates. Later, the two appeared before their largest crowd yet. This is 15,000 people. This is in Detroit. And during it, I do want to let you know, Harris was actually interrupted by protesters that were very upset about the war in Israel. This is how she responded.
I'm here because we believe in democracy. Everyone's voice matters, but I am speaking now. You know what? If you want Donald Trump to win, then say that, otherwise I'm speaking.
Okay. Meanwhile, the Trump campaign is holding dueling events at each location, with J.D. Vance falling behind attacking the Harris campaign. So in Wisconsin, we see J.D. Vance. He appeared with a handful of workers at an aviation factory just 4 miles away from the Harris's rally. But before he went to his rally there, he tried to confront the vice president at the airport. She had already left. But here's what Vance told reporters.
I just wanted to check out my future plane, but I also wanted to go say hello to the vice president and ask her why Kamala Harris why does she refuse to answer questions from the media?
So what do we think of these dueling campaigns? We always say politics is optics, right? There's a huge momentum boost with the Harris campaign. We don't see that big a size there. Trump will be in Montana on Friday, and then a press conference at Mar-a-Lago, but nothing with that kind of crowd size. Does that matter? What do you think, Jeff?
I think it does. Optics does matter, right? Is
Absolutely.
Wisconsin blue state?
It's kind of a swing state.
Is it?
Very
Because it kind of
much.
surprises me that.
It's really important for each campaign
Hillary
to get
famously
that.
lost to Wisconsin.
Okay,
And she
yeah.
didn't visit. She never visited.
So I get why they're both going.
Yes,
right?
Wisconsin's
I totally get
big,
that.
man.
I don't know what. Maybe take this in a different place. I would love if we could just have an episode of Black Mirror and kind of reverse the candidates for vice president and play out today and see what happens, and then play out tomorrow. But J.D. Vance is the Democratic candidate and Walz is the Republican candidate, and just to see the rhetoric that comes out. Because I haven't heard one good thing about J.D. Vance. And to be perfectly honest, I don't know if he was the right choice. I don't know politics, but it wouldn't have been my choice. I don't know how much his appeal matters. Optics matter. I don't know how great of a job he's doing. Walz, on the other hand, comes out of the gate, and again, it's Democrats, it's the media, and he's the next coming.
That's absolutely right. I do want to let you know.
So it's kind of, I would love to live in an alternate universe for one day and hear, because I don't know much about JD or Walz. I don't know much about either of them. But if we lived in an alternate universe, we'd get so many different facts on both of them.
That's very true. Just so you guys know, you were right. Vance has a very low favorability. It's 34% according to Marist right now. Also, they raised $36 million since revealing Walz, and $1 million of that was solely from his camo hat that is sold out in 30 minutes. This is what a neighbor had to say about Tim Walz, and we want to take a look at that.
What was your reaction when you heard that he was indeed the...
Boom! I said, boom! I said, winning, big dad energy, okay?
Al, can you respond to Big Dad energy, which is what he is?
It's like she was trying to make a song on TikTok. There's no way that's not...
Boom.
There's not 4 remixes.
Boom.
There is, Kelly, thank you. I know Kelly knows. Jeff, what you said made me think. That was really interesting if we could reverse the candidates. But we almost don't have to, because remember, we were sitting in these chairs 2 months ago. Biden and Harris. Harris was the VP, very low favorability. Biden's was in the tank at that point. I really look at it like, if Jordan, your wife, was getting like a
running for president,
if she was like, I changed the the display on our kitchen table, and you're like, I don't like that. Move the salt and pepper. They just kept moving it until they got their base excited. People were like, I don't like Biden. Move that out of the way, and then bring this other guy in. And after a while, they got something that we liked. And like you said, it is the optics. Biden is not there looking old and frail. We do have an older guy that does instill kind of knowledge, and like he's been around the block, he's coached football, hunted, all these kinds of things, but he's got energy. And that's what people initially were attracted to Trump about. And we haven't talked about this, but Trump's last couple of speeches have not been great. And this is a person who took the country by storm by energizing these crowds and flummoxing these opponents that were ready to wipe the floor with him. And we haven't seen that guy in a while. Because we're talking about 80-year-old guys, I
just have a theory. I so agree with you. Trump, according to insiders, is disgruntled. He's very angry. He's frustrated. He doesn't get the news cycle he wants. Going to Montana is a GOP stronghold. There's no reason to go there. So he should be in places like Wisconsin, but he doesn't get the crowd size. Here's what I think is what he's thinking.
It's great fishing in Montana.
There's good fishing. Big Sky State. But I do want to say, do you think, and I'm just putting it out there, he wants to switch his vice president?
Yes. What do you think?
I think it'd be a good idea, but I don't know if he can at this point.
He can if J.D. Vance withdraws. That's the only way to do it. If he steps down and he convinces him, I'm not right.
This is becoming a HBO series.
I
mean, it's just ludicrous. What was I? Oh, I had something I wanted. Trump. Okay, so this is what I was thinking about too. Trump plays one game, right? And again, I always bring analogies back to football because that's what I know. You got to play different strategies for different opponents.
Especially in politics.
In football, right? Trump is going in with the same game plan, and everybody knows that game plan, and that game plan isn't working. You need a good coach, you need a good quarterback, whatever you want, to change up your game plan. Keep the opponent on their back feet, right? So they don't know what's coming. Trump is not changing his game plan. He picks J.D. Vance. That's a Trump thing to do. It's not what a winning strategy, in my opinion,
and you know what's weird, Al? Both he and I, Jeff, both think Trump should have picked, we agree, a woman, a vice president, a female, like Nancy Mace.
I think Nancy Mace would have been good. I mean, I know Tulsi Gabbard is a Democrat, but she kind of did her thing with Kamala on 2020, which made her drop out of the race. I'd look into someone like that.
Nikki Haley would have been a good
Nikki Haley would have been great.
You know, J.D. Vance, listen,
apparently he didn't
I know
want
Republicans don't want to hear this, but I don't know if that's your guy.
I agree.
I think that's some of the anger is he didn't want J.D. His son and think
Bannon.
Thiel's has had a lot to do with J.D. Vance's career. I would look into that.
Yeah, that's
it's
a Silicon
really
Valley man who really backed him and gave him $50 million to start. So we'll talk about that. Coming up on DBL, Taylor Swift's concert in Vienna get canceled after news of a planned terror attack. Will this situation impact the rest of the Eras tour? And we're talking with Emmy-winning chef Sandra Lee all about her new show, Blue Ribbon Baking Championship. Stay tuned for that. Welcome back. All right, Taylor Swift's fans are devastated. I'm so sorry, too. I'm a Swiftie. After all 3 of her shows in Vienna, Austria were canceled due to a planned terrorist attack. So Taylor has been selling out stadiums with her Eras tour, but yesterday, the promoter, not Taylor, canceled her 3 Vienna shows, which were supposed to start tonight. In a post, government officials confirmed there was a planned terrorist attack on the stadium, and it had no choice but to cancel the shows for everyone's safety. Fans posted their disappointment on TikTok, with many of them crying, saying they did spend thousands of dollars to fly there for the show. Now, here's the story. Police say a 19-year-old Austrian man confessed he had planned to kill himself and a large number of people. They also found knives, explosives, timers, and machetes in his home. A 17-year-old was also arrested for being an accomplice. Police say both men were radicalized online by ISIS. In case you think this is all like a big workup, remember in 2017 in Manchester, Ariana Grande, I had almost forgotten this, had a bomb go off and it killed, I believe, 20 plus people. That was also 2 brothers that had been radicalized by ISIS. So there is precedent here, and I'm proud of the Viennese authorities for stopping this. How do you fellas feel? I'm glad it is not going on.
Yeah, I mean, I think that sadly, as we have this conversation, isn't there a movie out about this very thing from M. Night Shyamalan? Isn't there a movie out right now?
Oh, I don't know about
It's called Trapped or something like that. It's about
Is
Trapped.
that right?
It's about a concert, and I don't know.
Like a mass shooting or something?
It's like some thriller. But it's just like, it's that common, Jeff, that they can make a movie about it and no one's sitting in the theater like, well, who would ever do this? We've seen it time and time again. These people that are radicalized for whatever agenda that they think they're pushing, whether we're talking about the Boston bombing, you know, whether we're talking about the Ariana Grande concert, anytime there's large groups of people around, and I was actually worried about that during this Olympics, you know, not to put that in the universe.
Oh, I hadn't even thought of that.
It's anytime that there's
heavy security.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
but I mean, somebody just got to shout off at our sitting president,
Yeah.
or at former president. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's really scary.
Well, shout out to the authorities in Vienna or wherever that was who figured
Yeah, the
this out,
Viennese people,
right?
the authorities are
Is that what you call
Viennese, yeah.
Viennese?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just
What do
know that from growing up in Cleveland, and Viennese sausage was like in front of the courthouse where my dad was a lawyer. So I remember being like, where is that? Like, I had no clue where
I
that
love
was.
Vienna. It's gorgeous. Beautiful opera houses, the Torts.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, save your tears. You're in Vienna.
Yeah, that's a
You know,
good
like,
point.
I understand you're disappointed about the concert, but yeah, it could have been a lot worse, right?
Do you think they should have canceled all 3 shows?
I think it's the smart thing to do. You know what I mean? Maybe other people will start stepping up. I mean, as silly as it sounds, people are very affected by Taylor Swift and what she represents. And if you start ruining people's love of that, I don't know, maybe that changes a shift in like
foreign policy?
I guess so.
Not
maybe.
even joking.
You know, yeah,
Yep.
it sounds crazy. I don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm up here talking about politics. If you think you hate me, I hate myself. I mean, it's all relevant, you know?
You've been sounding great, Jeff, and you have been representing a large swath of our audience. I definitely think so.
I never use that word,
Swath? What if I said Viennese, a swath of Viennese people? Mind blown. Coming up on DBL, Chef Sandra Lee is telling us all about why her new show isn't your typical cooking competition. And stay tuned for today's Deal Blast, because it's full of those summer deals, from cleaning brush for your grill to a pillow to help you keep cool.
We're going to challenge you to rethink iconic fair food.
Welcome back. It's a competition show that puts State Fair blue ribbon winners against each other. Earlier, we got to speak with the executive producer and host of the Blue Ribbon Baking Championship, Sandra Lee. Check it out.
We're going to challenge you to rethink iconic fair foods and specialty ingredients.
We're talking cakes, pies, and anything else they can dream up.
It is the perfect cake. It's literally making me cry.
She's a culinary icon. Please welcome to DBL the fabulous Sandra Lee.
Yes.
Hello. All right. So last month we had Jason Biggs on our show, and he is actually the host of your new show, Blue Ribbon Baking Championship. Tell us, why did you pick Mr. Biggs?
Well, you know, we had a lot of different hosts that were up for this. And when I created it 12 years ago, I didn't really think about a comedian being a host before. And his timing is so great, and he's so delightful and such great energy, and kept it fresh and light and focused, and then actually knew what he was talking about. There was no other choice. So it's an absolute blessing to get to co-host with him.
What makes this show different than all the other baking shows that we've seen?
Our competitors, and that we level the landscape when they are baking. Some are good at pies, some are good at cakes, some are good at icing. But what we do in the very first competition is we bring it right down. So everybody's on their knees and we build them back up. And when you hit the last episode, which is the 8th episode, you are going to be shocked when those balloons come down and you see who won.
Oh, that's a good teaser right there.
Very good.
So you're an expert at taking prepackaged food and turning it into a delicious dish. So I have to know, you mentioned crying earlier. Have you ever cooked anything so good that it brought you to tears?
Well, every time I cook my fried chicken.
All right.
I make the best fried chicken on the planet. I really do. I'm just... And I do have to say, I bake probably the best brownies that you will ever taste. And that is also a trick of tasting. We teach you how to taste things differently. If you take your, whatever it is you want to recreate, put it in your mouth, a bite of it, close your mouth, close your eyes, take your tongue and push it up in the roof of your mouth, and then rub it around. All of that will go into your tongue, and you will be able to tell what's in it. Is it cinnamon? Is it brown sugar?
Oh.
Is it this? Is it that? And there's a technique to it that you will also learn on this show.
Wow, that's fascinating.
This is the most interesting discussion on food I've ever had.
This is so
just the confidence in which you talked about our brownies and fried chicken. I haven't heard a word you said since then. I've just been thinking about how good it must
Tori
be.
famously tasted chicken on our show one time.
Yes.
And went viral.
Yeah, that I tried Popeyes for the first time. It was a big deal.
Tori, does that taste like a neighborhood you've never been to?
Oh my God! All right, now you have posted about your weight loss journey that you started back in 2020, but I wanted to ask you personally, because I'm kind of dealing with this too. What was the moment you realized you really wanted to make a change?
After I went on that diet and realized how much I was suffering because I just want to eat in life, and life is too short, and I want fried chicken and I want baked goods that make me cry, and you will see me cry on Blue Ribbon Baking Championship, because there is something so perfect. There is a dessert that I literally say God put on this planet, because it is true.
Wow. The God dessert?
I'm loving your teases here.
Yeah,
fantastic.
My God.
Before we go, I have to ask you about the amazing gown you made for a party at Versailles. How long did it take you to make this dress that we're looking at right here? That's beautiful.
Gosh.
Okay, I do have to tell you this, and nobody realizes that. That dress is an ode to one of the cakes that you will see on Blue Ribbon Baking Championship, because when I got that dress, it was a peasant dress. And if you see the original one, you will go back to that picture. You will see all these tapes and all these tassels and all of that stuff and the tacking that went into it. I was on my knees making that dress, and all the embellishment and pearls. There is a cake that you will see, I think, in the 6th or 7th episode.
Wow.
that is related to specifically, and no, you are the only ones that actually know that could go viral.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hello.
One of the most incredibly talented people we've ever.
She's Sandra Lee. Are you kidding me?
That's amazing.
Who do you think she is?
I didn't know she designed dresses.
Yeah, well, she does everything. Sandra, thank you so much for joining us. To our audience, I want you to hear this. Blue Ribbon Baking Championship. It hits Netflix on August 9th. I will be tuning in immediately. Thank you so much. You are fantastic.
Thank
Love
you.
that ribbon. We'll be right back. Thank you. Welcome back. We got some great products from our friends at Morning Save. Check them out. Steph, what do you have for us today?
First up, we've got the 2-pack Grillville Triangular Barbecue Scrub Brush.
Oh, cute.
This bristle-free scrub brush removes dirt and grime, leaving you with a spotless grill. Plus, cleaning this brush is super easy. You just run it under water or put it on the top rack of your dishwasher.
I love that.
I know. So we have seen these as high as $36 each. However, we've got a 2-pack for just $17.99, which is saving 75%.
Oh, that's a great gift for somebody.
Up next, we have the Donna and Becky double zipper phone crossbody Leilani. There are multiple interior compartments that fit all of your essentials. Plus, you can take off this adjustable strap and hold it as a small clutch. We have got them as a doorbuster deal, and we have a limit on them, 3 per customer.
Nice.
They've been priced up to as high as $48.
Yeah.
But we have got them for just $10. That's saving 79%. Up next, we have got the 2-pack classic home memory foam cooling pillow.
Oh, wow.
The breathable construction ensures optimal airflow for a refreshing night's sleep. Plus, the supportive memory foam design promotes proper spinal alignment. Now, we've seen these as high as $130. We've got a 2-pack for $29.99. That's saving 77%.
I trust this brand. That's my new buy.
Our last product today is the Olympia USA Lancer Plus 3-piece expandable hard side luggage set.
Ooh.
This 3-piece set is available in 4 colors. This set has been priced up to $700. We have got it for $149.99. That's saving 79%.
Deal of the week, everyone. Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices, or you can even scan the QR code on screen to take you directly to these products on Morning Save's website. Steph, thank you so much. All right, we love sharing your comments. This is about Taylor's concerts. Janice says, no choice but to cancel it, safety first. Sherry says, while they may be in beautiful Vienna, it's still heartbreaking for the people who planned and prepared for months to see Taylor. Her music impacts a lot of people, but of course I understand why it had to be canceled. I know.
Listen, I get her comment, and I get the disappointment. What's better, missing a concert or having maybe your life at risk and hundreds of people blown up?
Totally.
I mean, like, you got to put things in perspective sometimes.
Totally.
I understand the disappointment, but life is disappointing.
Absolutely. And I'm sure it will be refunded and she will play again in Vienna, of course. DBL is new every day. We'll be seeing you same time, same place tomorrow. Bye, guys.